Yeah, these NFTs bring this a whole different level now. It really changes things.
Also, depending on how it is actually, it's going to change also the way that we have to educate people because, this is basically a potential phenomenon, like Bitcoin was a phenomenon going against very big odds. And it's potentially what's happening with Zen here. We're going to change crypto as a whole. And it's not about winning, amongst ourselves. It's the whole project that's going to win and everybody involved.
However, I do have maybe one or two questions. The NFT minting, is there like a minimum that we can mint?
No minimums, but yeah, no minimums. We were kind of having this conversation earlier about the maximum amount of mints per NFT, which would be approximately 100 mints. So let's say that I wanted to do 100 mints on Ethereum, which could be very expensive in 400 days from now to actually mint my tokens, right? So a strategy I might choose to do, instead of doing one NFT that represents 100 mints, I might break up those 100 mints into 5 or 10 mints per NFT, so that if it gets very expensive in the future, I'll be more likely to be able to afford some of the mints, but I can also sell some of those NFTs on a secondary market to recuperate my costs at least, and not just just lose them, because somebody will want to pick them up and they'll be able to afford to purchase them and mint that NFT themselves.
Okay. Yeah. My question is just because of we don't know what the gas fee is gonna be in the future. So I was actually thinking of minting 50 per batch or 100. But when that question came up of what the gas fee would be and what about if we're not able to claim? So then it came to me to, I'm gonna have to make a change. I don't have to go all in one batch. Just like you said, we definitely have to break them into parts, maybe 10 per 10 per batch or 15 per batch. So in worst case scenario, I'll be able to mint some if the gas fee gets too high that I may not be able to afford to mint everything. So okay, thanks. And then the other hand, if PulseChain decides to when it launches, the NFT, is it gonna be copied too, or it's not gonna be copied? Does anybody know?
I imagine so, yeah. I mean, if we had a mint term right now, those would also be copied over onto PulseChain. So yeah, you'll have a duplicate.
All right. Once again, thank you guys.
My juices are still flowing, thinking what this NFTs could turn into. I mean, there's more behind them that meets my eye right now. I mean, we could just start from the beginning. Just the transferability of it is huge. We can move them between our own wallets. The gas fee thing has come up, and that's a huge. The NFT thing just really changes the game with that, because people can create an NFT and down the line, for whatever reason, they can't afford to mint, but that doesn't mean that they've lost. There will be someone else on the market who's willing to purchase it from them and pick up the slack, and nobody gets hurt. As far as the burn function and stuff, though, I mean, I guess we'll just see how that plays out with the NFTs.
So there have been obviously a lot of questions how to make Zen more interesting and how to give it more utility, and I feel like we're about to give it some interesting utility. And what we have designed and planning to do is we're planning to introduce what we call a multi-mint function for Zen, and it's going to be based on the NFT technology as well. So specifically, a lot of people have been, have been complaining, but they've been reporting that they're spending all day in front of their computer, clicking on their keyboard, clicking on their mouse, and trying to mint as many wallets as they can. So minting with different wallets could be fun, but it gets tedious, and it also very inefficient use of gas. And so one of the ways that we have considered to improve the process is to allow people to remove the calculation how many wallets they need to mint their free Zen, and rather specify what we're gonna call VMUs. VMUs are virtual minting units. So virtual minting units is each unit is an equivalent to an address or a wallet that's minting Zen. Now you don't have to make those wallets. All you need to do is go to our web app, select how many VMUs you would like to use, and the web app and the blockchain will request how much gas it will need to you need to spend to start this sort of parallel mint. Now, let's say for the sake of argument that a single wallet, single address to mint Zen will take $4. Let's just imagine that is the case. Gas prices go up and down, but let's say $4 is the one. If you decide that you want to spend a little bit more money, you can say, I would like to specify 25 VMUs. So 25 means accelerate your Zen mint by 25. Now, what that means is that if you pay $4 for a single VMU or single wallet, the 25 parallel VMUs will cost you about $100. So you spend this $100 and launch the sort of virtual minting on the background. You don't have to track any wallets. You don't have to create them. You just use the single wallets to launch the process. Now, when you do launch the process, what you will get is an NFT. This NFT will record all of your C ranks because you're going to get multiple C ranks. In case of 25 VMUs, you're going to get 25 consecutive C ranks because they're all going to be minting in parallel for you. And that NFT, you can then keep it in your wallet, or you can give it to your friends. You can sell it on OpenSea, and you can even buy it on OpenSea. So let's say that you think that you're late to mint, but there's somebody who is selling an NFT that has the configuration where they started a month ago, maybe 6 months ago, maybe even a year ago. It's up for sale. You will be able to buy somebody else's virtual mint, and an NFT becomes kind of like a certificate of your future mint that you will receive in Zen. So that is how it works. And each NFT basically has a color scheme. It has all of the parameters. It has the series number. Some NFTs are obviously going to be different colors, and the colors are based on the C rank and the term and days configuration. So that's how they're going to look. So the name of the project is Zen Torrent. Now, the reason why we choose Torrent is that Torrent obviously has the definition of a lot of things happening at the same time, or like torrent of information, torrent of water. It has an association with BitTorrent. So we think Zen Torrent is a good name for the project, or essentially the add-on on top of Zen. And I feel like it will help people to not to waste their time and specify exactly how many VMUs they want to use, so that they can take advantage of the low gas prices without needing to spend all day at home in front of their computer or playing with MetaMask.
Right. So in other words, what we're doing is what Zen Torrent is. It's basically our own multi-minter, but it's 100% transparent and immutable as always. And people will be able to select an amount of virtual minters, VMUs, and the T term for those. So that creates underneath the hood, that basically creates this range of C ranks. With every C rank will have the same T, so that is constant. That's important to know, right? And the difference is here that what's really cool about it, it's the innovation here, is that an NFT will be issued on an ERC 721 contract. So, and that is the key to the bulk mint, so to speak. So the NFT will act as the access key.
Yeah, it's launching on the Ethereum network first, and then I imagine they're looking into what's possible through the other blockchains.
Each Zen NFT is like a certificate of the future mint that you can actually trade right away. So one of the strategies to mint an NFT like this could be something like that. So it's a Saturday or it's a Sunday, and the gas prices are all-time low. So what you do is you engage with the protocol. You get your NFT with, let's say, 100 VMUs or 128 VMUs, And then when the gas price spikes, let's say 5 times, maybe 10 times on Wednesday, you can actually trade your NFT on OpenSea, and we're going to be listing on OpenSea. And you can trade it because the gas price will dictate how expensive it is to mint NFTs and to mint Zen in the future. So that could present a very interesting arbitrage opportunity between low gas prices and high gas prices between on the networks between days. So originally, when you mint Zen, you have to wait. You have to wait all the way to the end to receive your Zen. Now, when you mint Zen with an NFT, you capture the value of the future mint right away, and you can trade it. So you can buy one, you can sell one, you can make your own and then sell it. So it's completely driven by the first principles. You make your own NFT and you trade it if you want. So generally, the NFT projects have airdrops. We do not have airdrops. We follow first principles, just like with Zen, where you mint your own Zen. You can mint your own NFT, and the NFT will have all of the economic energy that Zen presents behind it, and linked to how much gas you have spent, what is your current C rank, and as well as the engagement within the network.
Right. So there's a lot going into this. I mean, to make an NFT, we're basically making the claim portable, so we can expose Zen to other marketplaces by doing so. And NFTs on OpenSea is a very big market. So that's one thing to put. Another thing to point out, it sort of creates this equalizer between normies and techies. People do use bots today. It can't be stopped. It's permissionless protocol. But we rather have people use an audited batch, multi-minter, which we call Zen Torrent, than something that might be scam. So we're also making that possibility available for everyone by doing so. So can you tell a little bit, Jack, about, I think you explained it better, how this contract setup will work, and also the fact that this is something that we of course going to audit. So what is the expected time rollout of this product?
Yeah, so just like with everything, we're going to be requesting an audit for all of the code. The code will land into our public GitHub sometime, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. We will be launching on testnet so that people can try NFT minting with the money that doesn't cost them anything. So testnet obviously has test money or test Ethereum. And the audit should probably be done within a couple of weeks, at which point we're going to launch, similarly to how we launched Zen before. And one of the things I wanted to mention is that because the NFTs have properties, they have series. So they're going to start with initial series starting with number 1. So number 1 through number 10,000 will be special rare NFTs that the protocol will not make anymore. So they're going to have special color pattern. Those NFTs probably will be more expensive just because the system, the contract will not make similar colors again, so they're going to be of the rare series, I would say. Now, the mechanics of redeeming NFT is similar to coming back in and claiming your Zen. That's exactly what you will have to do. You will come to the web app, and then you will have your NFT inside your wallet. The web app will scan your wallet for an NFT and then convert an NFT, or rather redeem the NFT for Zen Mint. And obviously, all of the limitations apply. Specifically, you have to come back on time. Otherwise, you will not be able to mint Zen. You will have penalties. Once you redeem your NFT, it will receive a redeemed stamp, very similar to a stamp you get on a letter when you mail it. And you can still keep your NFT. It's just not going to be redeemable, and you can keep it for vanity's sake, or just as a collectible. Because previously, with Zen protocol itself, when you get your C rank, you have to give it up when you are redeeming your C rank for Zen Mint. With an NFT, you get to keep your NFT and keep your C rank so that you can show off to your friends how early you were. So that's kind of interesting too. And obviously, a good point on OpenSea. OpenSea is a huge marketplace. We think it will allow more exposure to the Zen protocol. Will give it more game mechanics, and it will bring in more users that are NFT savvy and are interested in NFT space.